Stop number 6 on the Mello Yello Racing Series brings us to Bristol Motor Speedway, Bristol, Tennessee, for 75 laps of short track madness on this .533 mile racetrack here, as we're set for some great racing here today. We had a great race at Darlington, the last stop on the tour, with Jesse Turner getting becoming the first driver to win 2 races on a season. And we'll see what happens here on this racetrack here. Bristol has been known to be a clean race, and sometimes it can be known as a wreck fest as well. So we'll see what happens as this race goes on. So with all that said, let's get the start line for today's running event. On the pole, it is Kyle Langland, number 89, the Fiberall Chevrolet. He'll be alongside the Animal Go Ultimate Pontiac, car number 93 of Eric Rafalski's on the outside. Second row, we'll have Charles Sanford, number 5, and the number 15 of Joshua Osborne, both carrying our in-car cameras in today's event here at Bristol. And they'll be starting in row number 2. Row 3, we'll have David Bonneau Jr., his best start this season, and number 4, the Lance Snack Chevrolet. And number 59, Zachary Fitzwater, is on the outside of him. Fourth row, we'll have car number 57, Henry Sanford, and number 34, Johnny Gardner, who nearly pulled it off down in Darlington, only to get passed on the final lap in that event. The fifth row will have Gene Sanford, number 66, the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Chevrolet, and the Dr. Pepper Chevrolet, car number 50, of Boris Wisens on the outside. He also with his best start of the season. Our third in-car camera belongs inside Seth Cole's car, number 00, the Cheez-It Pontiac, and car number 10 is Zach Flickinger, is on the outside. Next row down, we'll have Derek Hamill in the Coin Textile Services Chevrolet, car number 90, and number 35, Jesse Turner, 2-time winner of the season, winning at Las Vegas and Darlington. Next row down, we'll have car 37, Kev Shear, the Timberwolf Chevrolet, and number 17, Jessica Shelton, is alongside in the DeWalt Tool Chevrolet. She's on the outside. Going the next row down, we'll have Eli Bright, car number 29, the Pet Boy Chevrolet, and Chris Dalton, the Band-Aid Chevrolet, car number 21. Next row down, we'll have Preston Plord, and number 18, the MB&A Pontiac, and number 98, it is Diego Yepes. He's alongside. He's in the Lysol Ford. Next row down, we'll have car number 38, Jonathan Wong, and number 47, Zach Winkle in the next row down. Next row after that will be Shane Lake in 99, and Keith Batson in car number 60. Going the next row down, we'll have car number 25. It is Jonathan Zorlin, who won at Atlanta this season, and Kyle Matthews, number 45, the Sprint Spree Chevrolet, the defending series champion. Next row, we'll have Phil Goldberg in number 40, the Channel Lock Pliers Chevrolet, and the Castrol GTX Chevrolet, car number 27, of Paul Minnick. Next row down, we'll have number 8, It is Ryan George. And number 36, it is Jay Jefferson. Next row down, we'll have number 33, Chelsea Balls, on the inside. And beside her will be Harrison Ponder, who has been strong this season, but still yet to get a victory this season. We'll see if he does it today or not. Next row down, after that, will be number 44, William Bruck, winner at Rockingham, and Dylan Young in number 1. Next row down, we'll have number 31, Phil Parker, and number 74, Joshua Sakuli. And the next row, and then the next row after that will be number 87, Robbie Bogues, running for Nemco Motorsports, and number 9, Kat Batson's alongside. Next row down will be number 63, Al Lagacy in the Exxon Superflow Chevrolet, and Cole Deaver in the number 3, AC Delco Chevrolet, hoping to get his season turned around. He had a great run at Darlington, the last stop on the tour. And starting shotgun is the Daytona winner, Nick Baxter in the Kleenex Chevrolet. His car number is 32. So getting set for some 75 laps of short track madness here at Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. It's the running of the Goody's 250 as we'll see what happens here and who, if anybody, will survive this event. And here comes the command to fire the engines on this, the world's fastest half mile.
3, 2, 1, gentlemen, start your engines.
Commands given the fire the engines as we get set for some racing here today on this here in Bristol. The stands are packed as the field begins to roll off. As mentioned, our in-car cameras will belong inside Charles Sanford, Joshua Osborne, and Seth Cole's cars in today's event there. Sanford and Osborne shares the second row. Neater driver, in fact, the neater driver in the top running order has all won a race this season. The first winner you'll see, I think the first winner down is Jesse Turner. He starts about in the 12th position in today's event. He'll start 14th. The green flag's about the way. Pace car next on the pit road. Kyle Langland leads him down in car number 89, and we are set for racing here at Bristol. Charles Samper already a little racing here today as he goes into turn 3. He'll go from 3rd to 1st on the first lap. Charles Samper leads the first lap here at Bristol. Not a good start for Eric Rafalski in 93 as he has fallen off a bit on the start. And we got a car stalled in the second turn. That was several cars on the apron of the track there. Cat Batson's on the apron of the track, as is William Brock. Dylan Young. The 40 of Bill Goldberg is on the apron of the track. Kyle Matthews off the wall, and we got somebody around, I think. Nope, they saved it. Dylan Young saves it. And yeah, way they're going, Cat Batson. I wouldn't blame you for going on the apron of the track. Anyway, and we got a car in trouble already in turn number 4. It is backstretch is Robbie Bogues in 87, Preston Plord in 18. Jay Jefferson, there was Chelsea Bowles, who was stalled apparently on the front stretch. Or backstretch, excuse me. Al Legacy in 63, he's slow on the track. So caution number 1 of the day flies on the 4th lap of the event here at Bristol, and we had and we'll see which car it was that spun. Yeah, Preston Plord actually started spinning right there. He and Keith Batson got together in the 60 car as he has got a little bit of damage to his car. Kyle Matthews and Paul Minnick both get through. And I see Nick Baxter in the 32. He gets involved in the spin as well. Jefferson, you see in the 36 as well. Hood folded up on the number 32 Kleenex Chevrolet. So it doesn't look like any Jay Jefferson coming out of pit road. He will start in the tail end of the pack here. So there you see the cars all out of the race here. Cat Batson involved out of the race because of a camshaft problem. There you see Preston Plord's out. Robbie Bogues is out. Al Legacy is out. And the 32 of Nick Baxter's out. So the race here, Chelsea Bowles is 3 laps down, and Jay Jefferson is just 1 lap down in 35th. Bowles in 37th. So the top 10 is Charles Sanford leading the race. David Bonneau Jr. second. Third is Kyle Langland. Henry Sanford's 4th. Gene Sanford's 5th. So good day for the Sanford siblings, as they are all 3 of them in the top 5. Seth Cole is 6th, and Fitzwater, Osborne, Gardner, and Rafalski. The top 10, the green flag is out. We're back underway here at Bristol. And David Bonneau Jr. is ready on start. He'll take the lead from Charles Sanford as they come off turn number 2. And whoa! And Henry Sanford's crash, as is Osborne. Seth Cole Shelton's involved. And we got a big mess on the front stretch here at Bristol. And Shane Lake turns Shelton into Sanford. Several cars. Oh my goodness, a big mess on the front stretch. Typical Bristol is all I can say on that one. Oh my gosh, Osborne damage to his number 15 car. Well, apparently Jay Jefferson and Henry Severs doing a little hanky-panky on the third and fourth turns. Henry's in fourth position. His sister Jean was on the inside of him. And she just turns Henry right into Jay Jefferson. That causes Jefferson to go right into Sanford's car. Both of them wall right on the catch fence. Osborne spins trying to avoid it. So does Seth Cole. So that's two of our in-car cameras out. Jessica Shelton, poor Shelton, nowhere to go, as is Jonathan Wong, Shane Lake, Zach Winkle involved. Chris Dalton comes to a dead stop, and that causes Harrison Ponder to rear-end him. Joshua Sakuli almost flipped, but, yep, Jay Jefferson does flip. Shelton had nowhere to go, but right into Joshua Osborne's car, and you can bet Shelton's a little bit PO'd right now. And several cars come to a dead stop as like Cole Deaver and Kyle Matthews do. Dylan Young tries to sneak his way through. Keith Batson gets spun by the 31 of Phil Parker. So lap number 10, a big mess happening on the front stretch of Bristol. And let's ride with Seth Cole. Oh, please don't let the game crash on this. That was Seth Cole's view right there. Joshua Osborne had an interesting view as well. He had nothing for Joshua Osborne and Seth Cole to nowhere for those two to go, unfortunately for them. So Osborne is still in the race there. From what I see, he is running in the 29th position, still on the lead lap. Seth Cole is running in the 16th position right now. He's still both these drivers. So a lot of these drivers are still lucky to stay on the lead lap at the moment. That crashed by, unfortunately for them, knocks Diego Yepes and Jessica Shelton out of the race, and you can tell. And I tell you what, Shelton has almost the worst luck at Bristol almost in any series that she's in. It seems like, especially in any of mine, with the exception of the win at the Food City 500 last season in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. But anyway, David Vidal Jr. will lead him down. The green flag will wave, but again, Chelsea Bowles is a lap down again in 33. And Gene Sammer gets off the wall, come on off the second turn. Let's see what happens. Oh, Sammer's loose again through the third and fourth turns, just like our brother Henry was. 3 wide racing. Jesse Turner goes inside of Eric Rafalski and Samper both off the second turn. And look at the power on Jesse Turner's number 35 car. Dives to the inside of Zach like a jerk. It's him. And he's got Eli Bright shoving him in the 29 car. And oh, Eric Rafalski spins at 93. And upside down goes. Oh my gosh. And another big mess, this time in turn number 3. And this time happening on lap number 18. The yellow flag flies for the 3rd time today. Eric Rafalski gets tagged by Seth Cole in number 00 as he spins right there. They see Rafalski hits the wall. Watch Jonathan Zorland. Oh my gosh. Upside down and on the retaining wall goes Jonathan Zorlin. So down goes the Atlanta winner this season. And there's the 74 Joshua Sakuli involved. Seth Cole involved in the crash again. There's Chris Dalton in 21. And then Shane Lake and Dylan Young, Kev Shearer, Phil Goldberg, Zach Winkle, William Brock. All getting into this whole, all gets tangled up. Shearer damage to the number 37 card. That was the points leader coming into this event too. And meanwhile, the lead changed at the start finish line. Charles Sanford now has the number 1 spot. On board again with Seth Cole. And so Seth Cole saw the second big wreck happening in the third turn and says, I'm getting out of here, pretty much. And that was pretty much what that move was. And he's on the apron of the track here, so hopefully not another problem for Seth in the Cheez-It Pontiac. Tell you what, though, if this keeps up, though, we may have some damaged cars finishing the top 10 possibly if this keeps up. And Seth will come down pit road, 35 miles an hour down pit road. That's in here at Bristol. And unfortunately for Seth Cole, he is out of the race, unfortunately. So, and it was a header problem on the Seth Cole machine that knocked him out. Sakuli's out of the race. Dylan Young's out. Eric Rafalski's out. Phil Goldberg's out. And Jonathan Zorlin's out now. Jay Jefferson is 3 laps down in 32nd. And Keith Batson is 4 laps down in 34th. And we have a 2 laps down driver, and that is, of course, Chelsea Bowles. So after a wild first 22 laps in this race, we have pace cars as the lights are off. Charles Sanford leads, Kyle England second, David Mendoza Jr. is third, fourth Johnny Gardner, fifth is Boris Wiesen, sixth position is Eli Bright, then it's Ryan George in seventh, eighth is now Jesse Turner, Zach Flickinger ninth, Derek Hamill's in 10th, Paul Minnick is in 11th, 12th right now is Gene Sanford, then Zachary Fitzwater 13th, Cole Deaver up to 14th now. 15th, Jonathan Wong, Harrison Ponder 16th, Kyle Matthews 17th, 18th, Phil Parker, 19th, Joshua Osborne, and Zach Winkle is now in 20th position. So Charles Sanford leads him down the green flag here, so we are back underway here. Bristol, see if we can get a green flag run in for once. And now we got a spinner into the third turn again. This time it's Joshua Osborne. In 15, he spun. And the yellow flag flies for the 4th time today. Typical Bristol. That's all I can say. And oh, Osborne actually got up on 2 wheels actually on his spin. Whoa, wall ride for Osborne, and he and Zach Winkle get together. Henry Sanford gives him a little tap, and around he goes. Shane Lake, the latest car out of race because of a header problem, and he is now out of race. Green flag back out on lap number 30. Kyle Langland closing in on Charles Samper for the lead right now. And for the 5th time, the yellow flag waves. It's Derek Hamill this time. He and Zach Winkle spins as well in 47. Hamill gets turned by Fitzwater. Fitzwater goes up the track into William Brock. And then Winkle, Dollarton, Henry Sanford, Shearer, Osborne, and Fitzwater all crash. And that's about how that crash went. I'm slowing these cars down next time I go to Bristol. I swear to goodness I am. More cars retired out of the race. Fitzwater, Winkle, Hamill, and Shearer are the ones out of the race now. So, green flag back out on lap 37. Bet you we'll have a caution in one lap. On board Charles Samper's car. Caution number 6 coming out now, and it's Phil Parker, Paul Minnick, and Jonathan Wong. And we got another crash on the front in the 3rd turn. It's Kyle Matthews, 45. And let's first look at what happened on the front stretch. Wong gets turned by Paul Minnick. Phil Parker it's crashed as well, and that's how those 3 crashed. Now let's find out how Kyle Matthews crashed. Matthews was up to 8th position by this point of the race, and then he goes into turn 3. Dollarton just flat hits him, and Matthews upside down. Oh my gosh. Barrel rolls it in the 3rd turn, and that's going to knock him right out of the race. And that was the 6th caution flag to fly here today at Bristol. And the green flag's back out again. Charles Samper's out in front with Kyle Langland 2nd. Then Wisen, Gardner, Gene Sanford, Eli Bright, Jesse Turner, David Vanneau Jr., Harrison Ponder, and Cole Deaver, the top 10. And Deaver's Deaver's up in the air. Jay Jefferson's flipped, as has Phil Parker. He's crashed. Caution number 7 now flies. Take a look at what happened to Jay Jefferson in 36. Jefferson goes up the track into Phil Parker. And look at Cole Deaver. Up in the air goes Deaver, riding on the edge of the catch fence. And Jefferson barrel rolls down the banking. Green flag back out on lap number 51. Won't be long until 8th caution flies. Yep, I called it. And it's Ryan George. You know what? Screw the commentating. I'm just going to shut up the rest of this dang race. Well, this announcer's back after pretty much opening another can of Mountain Dew, just drinking the whole dang can in one sitting. Ugh. Yeah. Let's see how bad this finish ends up being. Kyle Langland leads with now 2 laps to go over Charles Samper, Boris Wisen, Johnny Gardner, and Jesse Turner's the top 5. White flag's going to be waving this time by over Kyle Langland. He has 1 lap to go in this race. Off the 4th corner, he's got the white flag. There he is, 1 to go. Samper's going to try to make 1 last ditch effort, and then it's going to be it right there for the Goody's 250. Samper closes in, but it's going to be Kyle Langland winning at Bristol. Charles Samper's going to end up 2nd. Boris Wisen is going to come home 3rd. 4th is Johnny Gardner. 5th is Jesse Turner. 6th position will go to Gene Sanford. Then Harrison Ponder 7th. 8th will go to Eli Bright. 9th will go to Joshua Osborne. And 10th place will go to Paul Minnick. I sure hope Talladega's not going to be this bad the next race on the tour. There's one half of the finishing order. Here's the other half. Cars out of the race ends up being oh crap. Yeah, 28 cars out. No, 27 cars out of this race out of 42. Typical Bristol. Can't beat it. Kyle Langland wins the Goody's 250 here today. His first win of the season. 5 winners in the first 6 races on the year. Talladega's next for the running in the Aaron's 312. That race shouldn't be as bad. This is James, and this is James Qualls. I'm saying, screw this. I'm out of here.